So it's that time of year again when we have to do an introductory lesson. So I recently got a comment on one of my old videos, like I did it years ago, and in that video I was using flashcards, but I have stopped using flashcards completely because I just think that it's just too much work, and using a PowerPoint presentation is far more easier. So I'm gonna show you guys the exact PowerPoint presentation that I use when I'm introducing myself to new students. So it's April now, and this is the time of year when we have to do an introductory lesson. So if you're new to the school, you definitely have to introduce yourself. So if you're a junior high school teacher, then you have to do it for all 3 grades. And last year I was new to that school, the school that I'm currently at, so I had to introduce myself to the entire student body. And at this school there were, at the time, there were 8 first graders, 8 second graders, and 7 third graders. So I had to do what, almost 24 times? Yeah, 24 times, almost 20, because I also teach special needs class. But this year I only need to do an introductory lesson for the students who are joining the school, which would be the first graders, and first graders are equivalent to 7th grade in Jamaica. This is the exact PowerPoint that I'm going to be teaching next week, because the new school year has started and I'm going to start having classes next week. So usually what I do is so this is a picture that they'll see, so let me just put it in a slideshow so it's easier for me to navigate. When I enter the classroom, I'm going to set up the PowerPoint on the TV, because we have a TV in our classroom. That's what we use in the Yokohama branch. I don't know about other prefectures. I can only speak for my prefecture. So I will connect my work laptop to the TV in the room, and yeah, this is what the students will see. So when I am ready to start, usually I do like a introduction. So like, of course, my name, because these students, they don't know anything about me, although I have introduced myself to the entire school. When was it? On Thursday? Yeah, so yesterday, because I'm recording this video Friday and it's going to be uploaded tomorrow morning. So I introduced myself on Thursday to the entire school. To the first graders, because they separated the ceremonies. And I also introduced myself to the principal introduced me and the other teachers to the students and the parents for the first graders. So they already know my name. That's if they even remember or if they were even listening. I'm gonna tell them my name, and then I'm gonna ask them to tell me their names. Of course, I'm not gonna remember not even one of the students, but this is just practice for them to speak, and then afterwards I usually like to ask, like, where do you think I am from? These are first graders, and I think the first graders who are joining junior high school, they are probably a little better at English because they have started to increase the amount of lessons that they have for English in elementary school, so they should be a little better than the previous students that I have dealt with. But usually when I ask this question, I try to give example. Like I would say, for example, okay, you're from Japan, where am I from? And then if the class is like they still don't understand, I usually give them like hints. So like, for example, am I from America, the UK, Jamaica, Brazil? So usually if you're a black person, they always think that you're from Brazil or you're from somewhere in Africa. Okay, so this is a song that I like to start off with a song. I'm gonna give the students this. By the way, I'm using a black background, but actually this will be on a white paper. So this is the lyrics of 3 Little Birds, so the students will get a taste of reggae music. I actually wanted to use One Love, but then I have to be mindful of the language that's in the song, and to be honest, it's sometimes it's a little sensitive, so you have to be careful what you introduce the students to. So anyways, can I play it from here? This will be playing, and then the students will be jamming to the song, listening to the song while looking at the lyrics. So anyways, back to this. Where is Jamaica? So of course in the yellow, that's where Japan is. And what color do you think, or where do you think Jamaica is? And then they're gonna guess and guess and guess, and then I'm gonna tell them, okay, yes, you're correct, this is Jamaica. and I'm gonna show them a map of Jamaica. I know it's not so clear, but this is just the best that I could do. Yep. And then I'm gonna show them this comparison. So Jamaica is very, very tiny in comparison to Japan. You know, Jamaica is also an island like Japan, but it's very, very small. And then I'm gonna ask them, okay, what are the colors of Jamaican flag? I like, when I'm doing these things, I like to engage the students or try to ask them many questions, because if you just show them pictures and talk and talk and talk, remember, they are just learning English and they don't understand, you know, English as much. So when you ask questions, that will cause them to volunteer and be more active and pay more attention than just telling them, you know. So what colors? So if they don't know what flag is, then this is where I would just draw Japan, a flag of draw Japan's flag, because Japan flag is so easy to draw. Just, you know, on the board, and then show, okay, white and red, those are the colors of the Japanese flag. So what are the colors of the Jamaican flag? And then they'll guess. Yeah. And then next, I'm going to show them some popular places in Jamaica. So for example, this is Reach Falls, this is Mystic Mountains, Frenchman's Cove, and then I'm going to show them hotels in Jamaica. And usually the kids go crazy for these, because of course these are beautiful places in Jamaica, and they're all inclusive and not so expensive when you compare them to like staying somewhere like this in Japan. I don't even know if they're places, well, I don't know, I haven't researched any, but maybe they are. Anyway, so food. So I would ask them, okay, what do you think this is, or what is this? And I'll say, okay, curry mutton. Or you can say, so mutton, I'm gonna ask them, okay, what animal is mutton? And I actually thought that mutton was goat or sheep, but people said that it's sheep. So I'm gonna say, okay, this is curry mutton, or it can be curry goat, but mutton is sheep. Why is this not on? So anyways, I need to edit this. So usually I show them the picture first like this, and then I asked what they think it is, or what kind of food, or what animal, or whatever. So this, I need to edit it later, but I'm gonna ask them, okay, what do you think this is called? And then I'll explain what it is. Same thing with this. Japan has something similar to this, but it's not like it's not prepared the same way, like how we would add coconut milk in ours. I don't think they do that in theirs. So stewed chicken, porridge, stuff like that. So I usually just ask them the things. Usually they say this is soup, which I guess porridge is kind of like a soup. Anyways, plantain, and I'll say, okay, plantain is like a longer version of banana. And then patty, this they go crazy for, like they're like, ew. Well, they don't even say ew, but it's like chicken foot, so they can't imagine eating that. And then red pea soup, and then of course rice and peas with chicken. So I'll explain further. Like for example, I would say, okay, plantain, we can eat plantain in our sandwich, or we can eat it like a part of our, like we can eat it for lunch or dinner or whatever. Or even with the rice and peas and chicken, we can put a plantain in it. Patty is very popular in Jamaica. We eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it's eaten in schools a lot. It's very popular in schools. Anyways, fritters, mackerel rundown, ackee, and saltfish. Yeah. And sports. So I would ask, here would be where I would ask a question like, okay, what sports, or what are some popular sports in Jamaica? And then that is when they would volunteer and say, okay, soccer, baseball, cricket. Well, I don't think they know cricket, but like basketball and those popular things. And this would be a teaching moment where I could tell them, okay, soccer is football in Jamaica, you know, stuff like that. And then I would ask them, okay, who is this? Okay, it's Usain Bolt and blah blah blah. Anyways, so I asked them, okay, what sport is this? Football or soccer? And what sport is this? They never get this because this is not popular in Japan. Netball. Yeah. All right, next, some other sports. Cricket, not so popular in Japan, so students will usually know this. Basketball, of course. And horse racing, they usually say this in Japanese, so they don't know how to say it in English. Let's see what's next. Yeah, horse racing. So money. All right, so 1 yen is equal to $1.20. $1.20 Jamaican. How do I say this? 1 yen is equal to $1.20 Jamaican. Anyways, moving on. 100 yen is equal to 120 Jamaican dollars. And 1,000 yen is equal to 1,200 Jamaican. Oh, by the way, speaking of this, I usually carry Jamaican money. Darn it. I need to find it because I accidentally carried 1,000 Jamaican dollars to Japan. So I usually show the students this money and they get excited to see money. Anyways, and then I'll tell them, okay, music in Jamaica, we have 2 types of music, reggae and dancehall, you know, and then videos. So because they don't know what netball is, I showed them this video. Well, I usually show them this video, and this is Jamaica versus New Zealand. And I told them that the popular countries, like the top countries in the world, are Jamaica, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. So those are the top 4 countries as it relates to netball. And netball is mainly played by women. So while they're watching this, I would give them, you know, some information and so on and so forth. Anyways, so moving on, and this is a video of, so I would remind them that, okay, reggae, we started the class listening to reggae, and now this is, oh shoot, sorry, so this is a video of dancehall. So this, like I said, this was a long time video, so maybe I'll check and see if I can find another video that is appropriate, you know, that doesn't have too much of, you know. Anyways, I don't want to get copyrighted, I just remembered. All right, so next, now that I'm finished, I'm gonna have like a quiz time. So in previous years, I did, like, I actually printed out a quiz, but it's all up to you. The quiz basically is questions about what you just told them about yourself or about Japan. And my quiz, it was, so if you're going to give them a written quiz, make sure you have multiple choice, because remember, these kids are young, they're not so good at English, some of them, so it's better to actually have A, B, and C, and then you go through the question. So a very easy question could be, where am I from? So am I from, and then you have A, America, B, Brazil, C, Jamaica, you know, something like that. So very easy, very simple questions. Now I just do it like this. So I'll say, okay, what's this? And then they raise their hand, they answer. Okay, curry mutton. I think I'll ask them, what animal is curry mutton? So sheep. And what's this called? Patty, Jamaican patty. What's this? Jerk chicken. What's this? Rice and peas. So this is where you find out who was actually listening and retaining, you know. Stewed chicken. What's this? Corned beef porridge. And that's the end. So at this point in time, this is where I'm gonna shift my attention to the students, and then I'm gonna ask them to ask me questions. So I shared just about Jamaica, my country, my culture, whatever, but I haven't really given them a lot of information. So if we have time, it all depends on your school and the amount of time that they allot to you to do your introduction. So I usually get to do like the entire class, so I'm free to do whatever I want. So when I'm through, I always tell the students to ask me questions. And yeah, so I actually made like a point system. Let me show you guys. Okay, all right, so the thing is, let me increase this a little. The school that I was at first, I spent almost 3 years at that school, and I'm at this school for 1 year, maybe 2.5 years I spent at the first school. So at the first school, they had a point card system. So whenever students participated, I could give them points. And because I was sharing the point card with the other teacher, the main teacher, the JTE, my points were called S points. So once I give them a point, they would put S and the date and whatever. So because this school, it doesn't have like a point card system, so I created my own point card, because I realized, you know, English can be very boring. And to be frank, I never liked English when I was growing up. And, you know, it's just so ironic that I'm teaching English now. Anyway, so this point card system, I realized that it actually helps the students to want to participate, because at the end of it, I actually give them like a tally up the total number of points, and the students who has the most points, they get a prize from me. So what I do is I just give them like stationery, something very simple, but also something that's cute. Yeah, so this is the back of it. something simple, something cute, so that you know they can feel appreciated. And for the second and third place, I give them a certificate. I'm not gonna go look for the certificate now because it has my school, but you can always just Google a certificate. And this is just me telling you what I do. You don't have to go ahead and start a point card system or whatever, but I just do it because I think it's better for me, because I like to encourage students to participate. So going back to the PowerPoint, so in this case I will, well, in this, at this time, this is when I would introduce my point card system to the students, because these are new students, so they don't know how my lessons are. So I'll give them the point card, let them sign up, write their names and stuff, and then I will give them points for participating or asking me questions. If the students are low level, like they can't, like, you know, ask a question, I would encourage them by saying, okay, you can go ahead and try and ask me in Japanese, but if you ask me in Japanese, you only get 1 point. If you try and ask me in English, even if it's not perfect, I'll give you 2 points. So that will push them to try and ask me in Japanese, like ask me a question in Japanese. Yeah, I meant to say ask me a question in English. And I just want to put it out there that I don't speak Japanese. I don't understand Japanese that well. So this would be a chance for the other students to translate in English what that student is trying to ask me, or the Japanese teacher as well if the students don't know. For elementary school, I know that their levels would be extremely low. So I would not encourage you to do that, because maybe the homeroom teacher, they don't really speak English, so it's like it's gonna be difficult for you to, you know, get them to translate for you or help you to translate. I think that's it, guys. Let me know if you guys, I can actually give you guys this PowerPoint. You just DM me on Instagram with your email address and I'll give it to you, no problemo. What is this? No thanks. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, guys. If you know anyone who is coming to Japan, please send them a video. Please help promote my channel, guys, if I've been helpful to you. And I wish you all the best in Japan. If you have any questions, you can always DM me, you know. I'm always here to help. I need to put that on another slide here so I can say the end or questions. Yeah, something like that. But I'll do this when I go to school because I have a lot of free time until my classes actually start. Anyways, bye guys.